Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show this Wednesday, the 13th of October, 2021. Thank you for tuning in. I'm glad to have you guys here. Now, here's what I want to say. Let's get the charts started right away. Let's start the charts right here and take a look at what's going on. You know, U.S. farms, they're booming. Income is booming on the U.S. farms, and the thing about it is so many people are still in the mindset you got to go send their kids through college, and everything. When they get out of college on the other side, there's no real jobs waiting for them, for the most part, and they're having trouble paying off their big student loans and everything else. Wouldn't it be better, to train the kids in farming and everything? Maybe 4-H is the answer to and getting the kids interested in agriculture, and everything. This might be the better way to go because it says United States Department of Agriculture estimates farm income from crops surge about 20% just this year alone, I guess. That's going to translate into everything you buy, that you know what that means, really. It means that on food production, you're looking at least a 20% increase. That means 20% consumer inflation on food. Food is going to become one of your big things, that people always need to eat. And it's going to be farmers suffered for a long time. But I see a time coming in the world where food is going to be the big thing, it's going to be, and food production for kids, out there, it's a good career. I see it being a good career. Let's take a look at something else here. Where were we? We're going to take a look. California, right now, they're banning all gas-powered equipment, everything that has a small engine in it. Chainsaw? Sorry. Your whippersnipper? Sorry. Your leaf blower? Sorry. I guess outboard motors? I don't know. Everything. California bans all gas-powered lawn equipment. A lawnmower. You can't start your lawnmower. You're not going to be allowed to have a lawnmower. I mean, I don't understand this. How are people gonna even function? I mean, if they're not gonna have any equipment to, I don't know how long they're gonna take to implement this, or whether they're gonna implement it right away or what. I'll tell you what I think about California. I think it's wacky. I think that whole state's wacky right now. It's been wacky for a while. you know, uh, it's a big state. It's got an awful lot of people live in California. Probably a lot of my viewers live in California. I wonder what they think of this. Leave it in the comments section. What you think of this? They're going to ban all power equipment and all lawn equipment and all gas-powered small engines. I guess your little kid isn't going to be able to drive down and play on his go-kart anymore. I mean that's got a small engine on it. Anyway, take a look at this. Biden administration is proposing a plan to track bank transactions $600 or more. Whenever anybody enters into the United States, they hand them a paper to sign and everything. You have to fill it out. And it says that you got $10,000 or more. Well, travelers been able to get by because most travelers, 10,000's, pretty big amount, and most travelers might have 1,000 or 2,000 or something, or whatever, enough money to get them through their trip, travel money, their travel money. The $600, that wouldn't last you halfway through your trip or even a quarter way through your trip. So I'm thinking about that, but at the same time, tracking $600, I mean, that's not, when you consider inflation, $600, like back in the 1950s, that would have been okay. $600, you could do a lot with $600. But nowadays, you could easily spend that in a day. and they're going to track $600, but by the time they get this legislation in, $600 will only be worth $300. So, anyway, they're going to track everything. They're lowering the bar. That's a big lower in the bar from $10,000 to $600. I mean, okay. What could I say about that? Anyway, let's take a look now at the silver price today. We're up 48 cents on the day so far. I want you guys to notice something. There's a timer here where the New York Mercantile Exchange opens up, and for the last 3 days in a row, they doing a smackdown every single day on when the New York Mercantile Exchange opens up. Every day they've been doing a smackdown. So you see where it's coming from. The four big banks that are controlling the price of silver, and everything. They just can't wait their opportunity every day to give it a smackdown. But we're up today, 48 cents. I'm telling you guys, we must be on a razor's edge close. Razor's edge close to being to the point where there's going to be such constraints in the physical supply. Maybe a full-out, all-out shortage of the 1,000-ounce bars, But look, they smacked it down today, and it's bounced straight back up in their face. You see it? That green line right there. Bounced straight back up in their face today, and that's what I like to see. I like to see silver bounce straight back up in their face. It could be that the constraints on supply are starting to actually happen now. Let's take a look at gold price today. See what's going on here. The gold price is at $23.60, up $1,783 today so far for gold. Let's take a look at our cryptocurrency markets and see what's happening. I'm going to refresh the page here. It's at 2277 billions. Okay, 2258, so it's dropping right now. We're looking at a Bitcoin price of 54,674. And we got dropping cryptocurrencies right now, but cryptocurrencies is bullish right now, though. Even though the price is dropping this morning, it is bullish. Bitcoin wants nothing more, nothing less. It's going for it. In other words, it's going for it. What's it going for? It's trying to become the world reserve currency. Believe it or not. It and its compatriots, all of these other coins, are setting up and establishing a monetary system outside the boundaries of the regular monetary system. It's running parallel. It's a parallel monetary system. All on its own. It can function without the regular monetary system. And each one of these coins acts like, like the regular monetary system. You get the dollar, you get the yen, you get the Chinese renminbi, you got the Great British Pound, the Swiss franc, and so on. In here, you got Bitcoin, Ethereum, Binance Coin, Cardano, all of them. They're all standing together. XRP, all of them. As a secondary monetary system outside the boundaries of the fiat monetary system. We know the fiat monetary system now is crumbling. It's in decay. It's crumbling. It's just a matter of time now until there is no more fiat currencies. What's going to take their place? Because there's an inflection moment coming where investors around the world and people around the world are going to lose trust in fiat currencies. So, will they have trust and faith in these alternative currencies? I just don't know just yet. Okay, we're going to take a look now at the stock market. And we're going to refresh the page here, see where it's going. It's down 210 points on the day. It's at 34,050. Now, I told you guys a while back that the stock market for now is peaked and is turning down. The Federal Reserve right now have put in a lower boundary on the stock market. What that basically means is they will let it turn down some. They're not going to react unless it turns down a lot. They will let it turn down some. I'm thinking to myself, they might let it go down as low as 20% from where it is right now, without reacting. But they will react ultimately. If it gets down to the price levels where they are, where it triggers them, it triggers the Fed. Basically, it'll trigger the Fed, and of course, that reaction would send the markets higher. So buying the dip right now might not be a good idea, but buying the dip when the market gets down near the Fed's baseline would be a good idea when the Fed gets ready to react. Like I say, I think they could let it drop 10, maybe 20% before they'll react. And if you bought then that would be a good idea, you know. So buying the dip isn't over, but you just got to wait out the Fed and wait out this bearish action that might come because of what's happening with Evergrande over in China. I foresee a downturn in the markets caused by the contagion that's going to spread in China from Evergrande. But we're going to have to wait for that. That's going to be a little while down the road. It's probably going to be a couple months as this Evergrande saga, I'll call it a saga, unfolds. And now more Chinese property developers like Fantasia, what's the name of the other one? There's a third one. They're starting to break down too, you know. And then that's going to spread into the Chinese property market, which is a $60 trillion industry. It's looking now like a worst case scenario is unfolding now at this point for the Chinese property market. And this is going to put a damper because this creates a wealth effect for China, the Chinese property market. And if this wealth effect in China dries up, you're going to see car sales in China drop. You're going to see everything start to fold down in the Chinese economy. And that in turn will affect the West, and that'll affect our stock markets given time, you know. And the thing about that is as it affects our stock markets, we might see that downturn of 10 to 20% reflected in the Dow and the S&P, you know. And then you'll see the Fed reaction. So that would be your time to buy in if you're into equities. If you're a person that's into equities, is when the Fed reacts. And I don't see them reacting at least 10%. I don't see them react until at least 10%. So if the stock market drops 10%, that's the time to buy the dip. Look. Go back to when the COVID crisis first started. Do you remember? We saw that massive dip in the markets, and then we saw the reaction was a $2.2 trillion stimulus plan. COVID relief packages. Look at those people that bought into the market when the market was down then. Look how good they did. Well, I see a rinse, wash, repeat coming up. A big drop in the markets caused by the China Evergrande and the Chinese property market falling over. And then I see the Fed coming into the rescue again. And for those people that are going to buy in at that bottom, finding the bottom's the hard part. They're the ones that's going to do good. Now, for the people that's buying the dip right now, they could see the effect of this big drop coming up from Evergrande. So they're not going to do good. So you got to be patient. A patient investor is the investor that makes money. Remember that, guys. Okay, let's take a look now at crude oil. It's at 79.77. It looks like Greg Manarino's he's on top of these markets, and he said that we're looking for a little dip in crude oil, so she's starting to dip now. That's a pretty good little drop, over a 1% drop, 87 cents. You know, a little pullback is what he said, a little pullback. And that's what we're seeing right now is a little pullback. Not a big pullback, just a little pullback. You know, 1%, that's a little pullback, so we're actually seeing it. Let's take a look now at the MOVE index. But you know what he said after that? He said then she's going to continue to go up again. And I believe he said that that pullback is bullish. So let's just wait and see what happens. See if she pulls out of her pullback, if she starts to go up again. Let's take a look now at the MOVE index. MOVE index is 62.95 today, and it's up a little bit today. It's up about three points because it's been hovering around 60. That's nothing to be concerned about. What's to be concerned about is when it starts to take jumps 20 a day, 20 points a day. That's when you got to be concerned about the MOVE index. Let's take a look at bonds and rates today, and what we're looking at is a mixed bag. Short end of the yield curve is rising, long end is falling, and we're seeing some substantial falls in the long end of the yield curve today. 4.3 basis points on the U.S. 10 years, pretty good little fall in yields. And of course, now that's bullish for the markets. You see, falling yields is bullish for the markets. Even though the market's falling today some, still falling bond yields are bullish for the market. 1.53 on the U.S. 10-year today, and you're looking at a 30-year at 2.04. It's down 6.3 basis points, which is a rather large move. So, you know, with those big moves in the long end of the yield curve, we actually could see the markets recover toward the end of the day, you know, or recover somewhat toward the end of the day. It wouldn't surprise me anyway. Now let's take a look at the U.S. dollar index today, and what we're looking at is 94.25 on the U.S. dollar index. Now, you know, I'm going to tell you guys about pets. I've been doing the pet section at the end of the show here. Let me turn the charts off. Doing the pet section at the end of the show here, and I'm going to be doing the pets in a couple more months, about 2 more months. I'm going to do pets again, you know, but there was one pet photo that come in toward the end when I was finishing up on and he's so cute. You got to see him. Such a cute pictures. So I'm going to post them. And here's the pets. Well, here it is. Awfully cute. I just had to post it. It's just so cute. This is Petey and Friends, you know. And Petey's lying down, and he's having himself a nap. And his buddy's there, and look at his buddy's eyes. They look like human eyes. He's looking. He's like, what are you doing? Disturbing Petey. Leave Petey sleep. It's just so cute. I had to post it, you know. And Petey's a little bit portly, you know, just a little bit. And he's being watched carefully over by his friend to make sure everything's fine. Now let's take a look at the second picture, and here's the two of them again having another nap. Petey is sound asleep, and he feels safe because his buddy is watching over things again. And here is the last picture. It's Petey when he's awake, and even though he's awake, his eyes are half shut. And he looks sleepy. He looks like he wants to have another nap again. He's got that little look in his eye like, where's dinner? When's dinner ready? So anyway, that's been your pets for today. I thought these 3 pictures were awfully cute. I just had to post them, even though it's not pets time. Now, in about 2 months, it's going to be pets time again, and I'll give you guys a notice. You can send in your pictures, and we'll do pets again in about 2 more months. Thank you guys for watching the show. You guys have a great afternoon, and lots of comments, and we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.